Los Angeles Chargers are coming off a dominant victory in Cleveland, and now they get to host the Tennessee Titans, who beat Ryan's New England Patriots in overtime. My name's Tyler, here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down this Week 10 matchup between the Tennessee Titans and Los Angeles Chargers. But before we get into that, Ryan and I, we can't believe that we're saying this, but we are 200-ish subscribers away from 5,000 on the season. Thank you to all the new members that have joined the channel. Looking forward to all the new members that come. And so let's see if we can hit 5,000 with this Week 10 prediction videos we have going out. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave a like and a comment, and let's get into it. Ryan, Tennessee Titans had to go to overtime to beat your New England Patriots. The Chargers did not have to go to overtime to beat the Browns and Jameis Winston. Chargers just look solid, look down. And the thing that kind of scares me the most a little bit is Justin Herbert threw for 282 passing yards. This team ran for 96 yards against Cleveland Browns. They have a solid front seven, and this Chargers team is a decent run team overall. But this passing game keeps picking up with the kind of lack of weapons that we all thought they had kind of coming into the season. That could be very scary as well because this defense is one of the better ones in the league. And so is Tennessee's, as you saw, going up against Drake May and your New England Patriots. They were able to kind of find a way to put some points up on the board. I want to throw it over to you here. Titans are obviously going to be the underdog coming into this game. What are some of the key objectives the Titans need to do to pull off an upset here against the Chargers?
Yeah, well, they need to continue the running game that they had coming out of that Patriots game. They ran the ball for, I think, 164 total yards, and Tony Pollard had a really good game as well. Their wide receivers had a good game. I felt like the Patriots were being way too reactive to what they were doing and just kind of letting them settle into zones. But all in all, I think a decent offensive performance that should have resulted in more than just 20 points. In my opinion, they moved the ball pretty well all throughout the day. And then defensively, I think they're one of the best rushing defenses in the league, and I believe they're still in number one in points allowed through 9 weeks, or not points allowed, yards allowed, and they're just a good defense. They don't give up a lot, and they make you try to have to earn everything. And so, outside of some Drake May heroics and a short field, I believe based on a good punt return, that was really like the Patriots' offense. Right there throughout this whole game. So I think they're going to put a lot of this game on Justin Herbert to have to extend plays and beat this defense. And I think it's going to be a fun one. I do think that Tennessee is just going to be slightly overmanned, just coaching wise and then maybe personnel wise. But I do think with how good this defense is, this is going to be a lower scoring game and it's going to be a close one.
Well, this is going to remind me of the Week 3 matchup between the Chargers and Steelers, where it is going to be very defensive focused. I think both these teams, they prefer to kind of grind it out. Well, I take that back. They prefer to go win in blowouts, but the way that they go and play is it's a very grinded out defensive first, like to try and win that field position game. Because even to the Chargers are no slouch either. Because you're right, the Titans are first overall in total yards allowed, first in passing yards allowed, 11th in rushing yards allowed. The Chargers are 7th in total yards allowed, 11th in passing, and 8th in rushing yards allowed. Yeah. And they do have a couple of, like, I'd say some outlier games on both ends. Like they have 159 total yard allowed game against Carolina, but then they have a 350 and 366 yard allowed game against Pittsburgh, against New Orleans. And so that Pittsburgh game specifically, where things kind of open up a little bit for Pittsburgh in that second half. And I feel like it's going to be kind of that same type of vibe as well going into this game. The issue is, though, is when you kind of, I think to your point, the Titans don't have the star power that they have. And so Mason Rudolph has been the quarterback. He's been playing exactly how you thought he would play, like very consistent, but nothing really too much that's super explosive, but definitely adds an extra level of consistency compared to Will Levis, who has been hurt the past couple of weeks. So we'll have to monitor his status. But I'll get to that point here in a second. But the Chargers, though, I think I kind of mentioned this early on, but if Justin Herbert started to connect a lot more with Quentin Johnson, who had a big touchdown, he just had a big game in general today. But Ladd McConkey, their consistent guy, Josh Palmer's coming on well. Sammy Fioco, he did leave the game with a hurt elbow. I tried to monitor his status, but still just another guy that you kind of have seen him come up and can go and get a couple catches for 20, 30, 40 yards, just be like another kind of security blanket for Justin Herbert. if they start to pick that up as well, and this offensive line keeps on playing well with Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater as well, and they're able to run the ball better. And they didn't have the great running performance today, but as I mentioned, Cleveland's got a pretty good front seven with Myles Garrett and company. This could be a very interesting team to go up against because offensively, if they can start to expand more, defensively, they keep everything in front of them, very similar to Tennessee as well. Don't really give up too many big explosive plays. And they can be a very tough team to go up against in late November and early December. In late December too, maybe January also. We'll have to see. I'll just go through all the months. But when it comes to this game specifically, though, when it comes to predictions, I just think there's just a little bit more firepower going on in Los Angeles as of right now. Justin Herbert is by far the best quarterback. I honestly even think, too, if you look at the receiving weapons as well, if you go look, Tennessee, they have Calvin Ridley, Nick Westbrook, Akine. That is kind of about it. The
Chigozuma.
Thank you. My apologies. Nick Vanette, he caught a touchdown today as well, but they don't really have too many weapons overall. I think it's Hunte Samuel Jr. and company will be able to lock them down. I think the defensive front as well, led by Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, I think they're going to do a great job also. But on the flip side, though, too, Titans, they have a solid front seven as well. T'Vondre Sweat kind of in the middle plugs up a lot. And so I just think weapons-wise, I think just Justin Herbert's going to be a better quarterback. Two technically rookie head coaches in their first season with the team, but I just think Jim Harbaugh just has this team playing good, solid, foundational football. I think they're just going to be able to kind of chip away and wear away at the Tennessee team. And so I do think they're going to pull away in the end. I think it's probably going to be like a 30-13 type victory.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chargers as well. I think they're just going to be the better team here. I don't think it'll be a 30-13. I'm going to say 20-10. I don't see unless the Titans just come out and start making a ton of mistakes on offense. I don't see them getting completely blown out in this one. So I'm going to go 20-10 here with the Los Angeles Chargers. We are both taking the Chargers. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on who you think is going to come out ahead. Will it be the Los Angeles Chargers? Will it be the Tennessee Titans? And then we'll see you guys next time.